Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for the Walking Dead universe. And in today's video, we're going to be doing another video leading into 2025. We're going to be discussing the upcoming Walking Dead things that you can expect coming up in 2025. So, I like to do this video every year, things you can expect from the next year from the Walking Dead universe, things that we know are coming out, things that we can expect coming out, all that fun stuff, of course. So, yeah, we're going to go over it. Maybe some things that you even forgot were releasing next year, and all that fun stuff. Now, I will say, as a quick disclaimer, I will say that this year coming up is one of the slower Walking Dead years by the sounds of it that we've had. This year does not sound this eventful at all. 2024 was kind of a light year as well because we only had like 2 Walking Dead shows and stuff, but there was still enough going on because we had the return of Rick, we had, his, big series that was hyped up for years, and then we had Book of Carol, Daryl Dixon, you know what I'm saying? So it was still a big enough year, I'd say, for Walking Dead universe. This upcoming year is actually quite light in comparison to what I thought it was going to be. This is basically our rundown for The Walking Dead next year. We have The Walking Dead Dead City, which is, by the sounds of it, going to be around February or March, by the way that Lauren Cohen was kind of describing it. Now, this project is, for me, the most exciting one next year. I think this is going to be a really fun series. I do think Season 2 has a lot of promise going for it. As long as they don't hook up Maggie and Negan together, which we've been discussing in some videos previous to this, I think that this will be a good season. I'm excited to see more of the Barazi. I'm excited to see more of Negan, that classic Negan coming back and how he's going to pull that off. We also know that this is 8 episodes, so it is a longer season in the spinoff era than we're used to seeing. There are 2 extra episodes. That could be a good thing. That could be a bad thing. We'll just have to wait and see. They could be fluffing it out, or they could be telling, the right story with the right amount of episodes, and this is why they extended it to 8 episodes. That's very possible. When people say, like, oh, the season, should be longer, or the seasons are too short, or whatever, I always say, I'm like, okay, but also be careful of what you wish for, because one of the biggest cons I always had with the original Walking Dead was the 16 episode run. Most of the time, Walking Dead would do 16 episode seasons, and they would always have at least 1 or 2 episodes, sometimes 3 episodes per season, that really didn't have a lot much, to go for it. So I understand why the spinoffs are less, plus there's less characters involved in each show, so it makes sense why they go for a 6 episode run, and, in this case, 8 episode run. So, there you go. Now, in the summer, we do actually have another Walking Dead project. This one is the final Clementine Lives book, book 3. Unfortunately, this is also coming out next year, which this is something I'm going to be paying attention to, because this is the last book of the trilogy. And I swear to God, if they decide that they're going to kill Clem off, that is going to piss me right off. Because, obviously, if you're not a Walking Dead Telltale fan, I'll kind of explain to you briefly. Clementine had a great, conclusion. She had a great conclusion at the end of Season 4 of the Telltale game many, many years ago. And for some reason, Tillie Walton decided to bring back Clementine's character for a trilogy of books and mess up her character beyond belief. I mean, it's horrible. So much so to where the Walking Dead fans don't even call it canon. They say it's just like, something else. Which, I'll say this, Clementine, I really, really hope they don't kill off. Because, like I said, though I don't consider the books, canon either, they are still a follow-up, so either way, I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see Clementine get killed off. And dear God, when they do this 3rd book, and when they finish this 3rd book, I don't care how good it is. I hope to God Tillie Walton is done with Walking Dead content, because it is not working. I mean, if you haven't gone through some of the bullshit that they've done in the last 2 books, it is horrible. It makes Fear the Walking Dead look like a masterpiece. I can't lie to you. It is so darn bad. It's horrible. So we got that coming out next year. Hopefully they don't fuck up Clem's character more than they've already screwed it up, and hopefully they don't kill her off. So we will cover that one because that's the last book. I didn't properly cover the second one because I didn't give a shit, but we'll come back and we'll cover the 3rd one, and we'll kind of talk about that series overall and kind of discuss it. So that's another thing we're getting next year for Walking Dead universe. And then the only other thing we have coming up next year, aside from those other 2, is The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon Season 3. At least out of confirmed Walking Dead projects, that's the only other one we have, is Daryl Dixon Season 3, which kind of looks like a Red Dead Redemption, Red Dead Daryl Dixon, I don't know what to call it. It looks interesting, it looks fun, I think it's going to be a fun season. I know they're still filming it currently right now, so I'm expecting this one to be probably in the fall, something like that. Which, again, Daryl Dixon, as I've mentioned before, is kind of just the most dumb fun show I've ever watched in my life. There's really no story to it. There really isn't. It's just Norman going place to place. So, like I said before, I'm going to kind of just go in with it, kind of open-minded, and that's, basically it. As long as I have fun with it, as long as it's an entertaining season, and it doesn't frustrate me too much like Season 2 did, I think it'll, be good. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, Season 2 frustrated me a lot, but Season 1 I had fun with. So, hopefully, Season 3 I can, do the same thing. Because I do want to enjoy it. It is, obviously always great to have Norman Reedus as Daryl Dixon. I'm sure we'll have him for many more years, the Walking Dead universe. It doesn't sound like he's going anywhere. So, we'll have Daryl Dixon probably every fall, pretty much regardless of, anything really. So, but guys, unfortunately, that is kind of it. That's it. Based off of stuff that we've heard, 2025, Dead City, which is the most exciting to me, Clementine book, which I'm dreading, and then Daryl Dixon, which I'm moderately interested. So, it doesn't sound like we have anything else next year for Walking Dead universe, as I'm sure y'all have noticed. That's kind of why The Walking Dead hasn't really been the main focus on the channel right now, is because there's just not enough. Like, there's not enough to go around. Like, I'm sorry, like, I'm doing videos on different shows. I'm doing videos on other projects because The Walking Dead, as much as I love it, and obviously we'll always do Walking Dead content on the channel, but moving into 2025, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like Walking Dead, obviously kind of is what brought me here. So I'm always going to cover it. I'm always going to talk about it. And I'm always going to consistently talk about it regardless of anything they do. And I know y'all are the same thing. It's like regardless of what happens, we'll cover it. We'll talk about it. We'll discuss. But they really ought to give us something big. Like, because this is not big. This is not a hype year for me. As a Walking Dead fan, I was way more excited going into 2024. Like, I was like desperate for 2024 to get Rick and Michonne and all these characters back. 2025, I'm like, I don't know. This just feels like the most whatever year. So we'll see what they do. We'll see what they got for us next year. That is our rundown for Walking Dead content in 2025. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are you excited for 2025 Walking Dead content? Are you kind of like, I got other things to be excited for. I get it. Either way, I get it. So let me know your thoughts down below. If you're new to the channel, guys, and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of the videos of The Walking Dead. Make sure, of course, to follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys. And, of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos of The Walking Dead universe. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies hit a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a street fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.